I think the fact that walking to school, we were part of nature and loved nature. So we recognized all the beautiful grasses and the uh, flowers. We would know which flower came out first and watched for all the different flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the birds, too, which my mother was very interested in. And I think knowing all about the grasses is what led me to do natural fiber art. Someone was teaching basketry. I don't remember her name, and they couldn't find anyone to take it over. So I said I would, because I had done some reed basketry with the bought reeds. So it turned out that I thought, well, I could do that. And then I got very, very interested in the history of basketry. And my husband at that time was doing a lot of traveling to California. And he would usually take me with him on his business trips.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that the beautiful museums down there were filled with baskets and they had all this history.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that basketry was such a wonderful craft.
Mm.
So I started collecting natural fibers. Some that would be, you couldn't find them everywhere. By railroad tracks, you'd find cordgrass that was 6 feet long. And so it wove in beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what I started to do then, was do all my basketry in natural fibers.
Okay.
And also learning different techniques. Going on one of the trips to California, some of the pine needles were 6 to 8 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
So I would bring a suitcase full home, even though it was not a proper thing to do. Well, it's coiling, weaving, and the twining. Like the twining is actually the oldest, the most primitive of all the baskets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were able to make them so tight that they would hold water.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you could hold water in mine. Well, this particular basket is made with cordgrass, which is found in Manitoba. I took it out to the university and they told me that it was cordgrass. And what's particular about this grass is that it has no nodes. So it grows to about 8 or 9 feet tall. We got it by the railroad track where there was no mowing. And it's sewn in the coiled fashion with linen thread, which makes the basket nice and sturdy. This one is toy pine needles from California, which are about 8 inches long, which were easy to coil with. And it's sewn with linen thread as well. This is twining, and it's you can use very fine materials, grasses, reeds, willows, wool. You always have a warp to work on. And this particular bag is going to be a bag, and it was started on, this was a coat hanger, and it was soldered into a square. And that is what the top of this bag is made of. And the warps are attached to this. And then the weaving starts. And to do a few, to show you how it's done,
Mm-hmm.
over 2 warps, all you do is twist and clockwise, and then pull the next 2 warps through. And then you do another twist, and you pull the warps through. And as you go along, you can make patterns, as you see up here. You can change colors.